If you think you live where a catastrophic earthquake couldn't happen, if you think the country is prepared to deal with a devastating quake, a wake-up call tonight. With images of Japan seared in all our minds, top scientists issued a report saying we are simply not ready. 39 of 50 states sit in moderate to high-risk zones, and the dark red places are the riskiest. So we decided to look at one state, Tennessee, where millions around Memphis live on top of the menacing New Madrid fault line. Steve Osunsami is there tonight. Good evening, Steve.
Good evening, Diane. The last time this fault jolted was in 1976, and you could feel it hundreds of miles away. Scientists now say this area is overdue for a much bigger one and that everyone should be ready. Experts today told us the Japanese are proof you can never be too prepared for earthquakes. They were the most ready in the world with the strictest building codes, skyscrapers built on springs, and it was still devastating. Today, scientists in the U.S. are sounding the alarm here that we are woefully unprepared.
We have a number of cities on the eastern seaboard that are at risk for major earthquakes. Boston, New York City, Charleston, South Carolina.
It's not just California. The most dangerous zone is actually in the middle of the country, in the lower Midwest. The last big one here was in 1895, and when, not if, when it happens again, there would be millions left homeless and billions in damages.
In the central United States, it's like a hard, cold slab that allows energy to travel very efficiently. In California, the rocks are relatively hot and shattered, and energy dissipates quicker.
Gary Patterson is a geologist in Memphis, and he showed us old buildings across his city that he says would never make it. They were built long before current codes with old brick masonry, school buildings, police, and fire departments.
In areas that may receive the most damage, you would expect that those fire department buildings may not be operational.
The scientists suggest that we test early warning systems, which were working in Japan and may have made a difference. They're pushing for more aggressive building codes and new rules to reinforce more of our oldest buildings.
If you look at Haiti, Chile, Christchurch, and now Japan, I think it would be the question, why aren't we looking at this hazard and why are we not getting ready or prepared for earthquakes?
FEMA is planning massive drills across the country next month here in Memphis, for example, and they're hoping, Diane, that everyone takes them seriously.
Thanks so much, Stephen.